Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, I believe. Let me check. Yes, April 29th. And this video is for period 2. I'm a little bit late putting in this video. I had some internet connection problems, but I'm finally in. I did post the activities for the day, but as always, I will go over everything you need to do. Some of you may have started already. Don't forget to always check in for science whenever you do this. And after that, you go on to the website for instructions. As always, don't forget the website, the science website. It's only for the video instructions and where all the activities and objectives and how you will be graded is posted. And all the work will be on Google Classroom under classwork. Okay, so I'm assuming you already checked in. Um, so let's go onto the website. Let's just there you go. Okay, so I will take a shortcut, go on to period 2, week 3. All right, and let's see the objectives for today. Okay, and the objectives for the day are it's activity number 3, and I did change it a little bit. Um, Super easy. It says here make connections between human population and other ecosystems and identify the human impact. So human impact is the main theme here. Um, we are here in the city of Hackensack. I've been here all my life, and I came from the city of La Paz, Bolivia. My entire life has been in the city. I don't know much about the natural world other than going camping once in a while, maybe flying over the oceans if I travel, and what I read and watch on TV. So we don't get to see firsthand the impact that humans have on the environment from beginning to end. And there's a lot of information out there. I wish we were together in school so we can do a proper project about this and how human beings affect every ecosystem, and every single ecosystem is affected by this. All right, so how does this relate to ecology? In ecology, don't forget, um, there are levels of classification, right? From one organism that forms a population, that forms a community, and that community thrives in a healthy ecosystem. Okay, those collection of ecosystems form a biome. The biome forms the biosphere of the world. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Organism to biosphere. All right, and pictures always speak better than words. And I guess I can show this right here or that one, and there you go. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Just one organism that forms a population of living things, which is right here, all of them of the same species. Guess what? They will all have the same scientific name, right? Um, Now here's this population that lives with other different types of population in one ecosystem, which is right there, this community, and that forms an ecosystem, and the ecosystems and biomes form the biosphere. Now, it's a very easy picture to understand, but the problem is all of this can be affected by human activity, and that's the point of today's lesson. All right, how do we affect ecosystems and other living things? So, 20 points. If I go on to classwork, you will already see what you're supposed to be doing. First of all, an Edpuzzle activity on the top five ways humans impact the ecosystems. I'm not going to click on that now. All of you have been submitting work, so please do that. Almost like an introduction and a very well done explanation on human impact and ecosystems. And the second one is an online activity. So let's see if I can demonstrate how to do this. And it seems here that I need to fill out a table, and for that I need a link. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate this guy right here on its own, and I will put it on half of the page. All right, now this is how I would do it. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so this is how I would do this. So I go onto the link, click on this link, take this guy out again, put this in the other half. All right, so it's loading, and if I go through this, let me maximize it. Apparently I will be clicking on some information, right? Click on atmosphere, information in your own words. Make a check. What did humans do? Man-made. How is the environment affected? So I'm going to show you an example on how this is done, so you can model. So you can see my model, and of course you can model it too with the other ones. So at the end, there's something called an epoch. You can read that too. All right. So let's see if this is downloading. Perfect. So there's an introduction, and here it tells you something that happens um, when humans affect the environment. The earth changes all the time. But if you once you see the Edpuzzle video, you will see that a healthy ecosystem can stay healthy as long as there is a strong biodiversity, and even though the world changes, the ecosystem can remain healthy. Things that affect the health of this ecosystem is human beings, and this is an example how. And while the earth changes, if there is no healthy ecosystem, then the ecosystem doesn't survive. Now you can understand about living things not surviving, but here is an example of an ecosystem not surviving. Entire communities of living things not making it to the next generation. Here we go. I know it's small, but it's the best way I can show you now while I do the first example. And the first example here says atmosphere. Let's see if I can make this even smaller. So I can enlarge this image for you. Perfect. So let me do atmosphere for you. You can copy my answer by pausing the video. Click on atmosphere. That's the first thing I do. Alright, atmosphere, air pollution has many components, like the emission of greenhouse gases that lead to climate change, carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels, and changes in land use, nitrous oxide from the increased use of fertilizers, and methane from the irrigated rice agriculture, cattle, and landfills are changing the climate at a rate faster than most changes seen in a geologic period. So the amount of carbon dioxide is increasing, the amount of nitrous oxide, and the amount of methane. Starting in the 1900s, in the Industrial Revolution, once we have a large population of human beings occupying the earth. And here we go. So, in my own words, what can I write here? The atmosphere is affected by an increase of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and other gases that are affecting the Earth's climate. Now, as you can see, I made a few mistakes. I'm not used to writing in a Chromebook. My hands are a bit too big for this. All right, so I'm done with the first one. Do not copy and paste. I will see if you're copying and pasting. Okay, so do a check. What do humans do? I put a check. Boom. Oh, I see that. Humans built a factory. It is polluting. Well, that's it. Actually, I'm getting ahead. Just what did they do? They made a factory. Boom. How does this affect the environment? Two examples. Okay. One, it is polluting the air, and then increases greenhouse gases. There you go. All right. So you click on biodiversity, you read this, write it in your own words, make a check. What do you see happens? And then describe how this affects the environment. Towards the bottom, you will see epochs, which is a time period. Let me read the section on epochs here, not all of it, but it's a distinct time period that can be found on rocks. All right, and it has a quick change in its chemical composition. You know, if there's a change in what makes up that layer of Earth, then that's one epoch. The next big change of that layer of Earth is the next epoch. So Anthropocene is the epoch, the most recent one. Before that is Holocene. Before that is Pleistocene. Look at this. Begins with, write it in your own words, characterized by in your own words, and what is the difference between these three epochs? Where do I find that information? Click on this. Anthropocene begins with, characterized by. Do not copy and paste in your own words. And then, once you do the three checks here, you will be able to differentiate between the composition of each epoch and see what's going on. Okay? Watch this video over and over again if you don't understand it, or you can send me an email. I'll be here all day. All right? And that is it. If you're missing anything, please let me know. All right, kids. True.